So here is the point. I'm fixing to go and try out a new space to shoot content. And every space is not conducive to shooting content like it looks on the surface. I was telling one of my homeboys this. I said, he was like, man, oh, we can go over here and shoot, and over here and shoot. You can go over here and shoot, you can go over here and shoot. And I'm like, those are nice public places, but the actuality of me being able to fully shoot and be comfortable shooting, it minimizes with the high attraction of people, especially when you're shooting solo. So being in LA, I'm currently not at a point where I'm living it up in the Hollywood Hills. A lot of spaces I don't feel comfortable with pulling my camera out, my phone out. I have to go, I kind of get in where I fit in. I'm not going to allow that to stop me, but certain areas, you got to watch where you're going. So while I know this park, I kind of drive by them a few times and say, like, if I'm driving by, I may be like, oh, that'd be a great place to shoot. Or, as a content creator, that's how my mind's going. I'm like, oh, that'd be a great place to shoot. And I may have to go past that place a few more times, but once I swerve past it a few more times, then I'm able to see, like, okay, it's kind of chill. And then I get to the point that I'm at now, which is basically um, getting in my car, and I think it's like maybe a 10-minute drive. So I got to see, and you find out a lot of things when you go do stuff like this, because what you end up finding out is that, okay, was it good for shooting? Was I able to get shooting done, not get bothered by people? Did it seem safe? Did I feel comfortable shooting out there? Big thing is going to be the first thing I'm going to find out is that if the parking is good, because some places are phenomenal to shoot, but hell at parking. And some places are easy at parking, but are going to be hell to shoot. So I'm going to, this is the point where I'm at, where I'm fixing to, ride my behind over here and, see what it's about, see what it's like over here at this park. And sometimes when I do this and go places, sometimes it's a bust. I'm going to be honest with you. That's the part of doing content or whatever you're doing in life, being willing to take that L and take that drop, to say, hey, everything you're going to try, it's not going to be 100%. So have I went to places, scope places, I went there and tried to shoot and said, oh, hell to the gnaw, and never went back again? Of course. And that's a game that you got to be willing to pay. That's what I say. More chances you taking and shooting and doing things and going out there, the more opportunity that it can provide for you. So, I'm going to see. And then, one thing about me, though, I'll say this. One thing about me is that regardless, I'm gonna get it done, and I'm gonna persevere through it. I've been in points where we're like, well, if I don't have access to this, I can't do. No, I'm gonna get it done, man. I ain't got time for all of that. Like my family said down south is that where there's a will, there's a way. Some of y'all done made it happen to go to the club with only $20 and 4 days left of payday. I'm going to make a way to shoot my content, and you need to also embed that in yourself too, is that whatever you're doing, make a way to do it. Regardless, none of the excuses. And in this process of me going and finding out, oh, this place is a bust, oh, this place is great, I got a good little handful of places that I can shoot now, locations. I know what I'm in the mood for. And like some of these places too, like mentally, I can give you a whole list of the area. I can give you a report on some of my shooting spots. And then some spots you could probably tell me about shooting that I can tell you a hell to the no, and I can give you some fact-based evidence. Like, I seen somebody getting stomped out over here. You know what I'm saying? Or I heard this happen over here. You start to learn the areas. I don't no longer just walk LA and be about LA is that naive country boy from the South that I am. I'm still that same country boy from the South, but I respect the turf. I stay the hell away. Ain't nobody got time for all that stuff, man. I'm just trying to do positivity, provide some positivity, inspire people, and share my journey, man. I ain't got time. I ain't trying to take over nobody's turf or anything like that. I can tell you like a real deal. I had one time, this was years ago, I was out here in LA and I walked over in an area and a guy said, you know where you at, and all this stuff, like, trying to check me. And I ain't never been in no gang or none of that stuff. Never was. I was in the house. My grandparents had me reading books. I was doing the science experiments for the science fair. Now I'm not no walkover, but dude came up, I'm like, bro, this your turf. I told him, hey, I'm here to get her. And I was over there trying to buy a damn shirt for work, for a job that I needed more than anything, to keep myself afloat. I said, I'm over here to buy a shirt for work. I'm not over here on leisure, but I guarantee you one thing, you'll never see me over here again. And I'll tell you what, I ain't never been over there again. My ego ain't in the way. Oh, this your turf? Oh, I need to watch out? Yes, sir. I'm out. Now I will, at the end of the day, as a man, I'm gonna defend myself if it comes to it. But I ain't looking for trouble. And that's how I had to learn about these areas. And especially with shooting content, like people was wondering, like one time, like, man, you use your phone? Well, sometimes I have to. I don't feel like pulling out a this $3,000 camera. I don't feel like pulling that out and I'm walking down through downtown LA with a $3,000 camera, $300 mic, $300 in accessories, a $500 gimbal. I don't have security. This is the start of, like, as I improve and get better, if I have security, yeah, I can bring out all the stops, because that's what a lot of these big people are doing. They're not walking around with no damn camera. They got security around, and they know which areas to stay in and which areas to stay out of as I'm learning. So it's just beautiful. Not complaining, but beautiful being on this learning journey, and just getting the learning stuff hands off on the ground, and cool enough that I have something like YouTube where I can just self-publish from my home and share my thoughts and what I'm learning with someone that's all the way across the world, which is phenomenal. So I've made it out to the beautiful park that I drive past, but I wanted to test out for content. Now, the number one thing I'm seeing is that there are a lot of people, but as of now, I don't see nothing that is sketchy enough for me to have alarm or for, me to be on high alert. But my eyes is open, and I do have methods of protection outside of these hands. So, but it's a beautiful park. Let me show you a little bit of it. Then, they got the palm trees, which you can't beat your palm trees, out here. So I'm guessing that's a good view. But I am noticing that it is a lot of people that are out here at this park. So still keep your eyes open. I'm pretty sure it changes over time, but we'll see. So primarily where I'm out, I'm looking at like areas for sun. So as you can see, the sun is over that way. So you want the sun to be like laying down on your face, and then have like an open enough space where you can get the park. So see, if I turn this way, a lot of people, this is a little quick video and film shot. You're trying to take pictures like this when the camera's lens is facing into the sun. See how much better that is, how much cleaner it is. Now you got to balance your equipment. So I do have, my rig that I am holding. So I do have to kind of, angle or that. But those are things that you learn out in the field. So far this place, it is packed as hell. I will say that. So I'm not a fan of, all the people. But as of now, I haven't been bothered. But I'm going to do a little swoof walk around and see what else that, I can, observe and feel this place out, because it could, maybe like some spots I come to, they only be early morning spots. And then some spots I come to are great in the afternoon. Some spots, you just take your notes on the spots, but you never know unless you get out here. And that's one of the things, like, of content creation when you're first starting, is that you got to do all this shit yourself. I am the location scout, the producer, the talent, the everything, but I don't have a problem with it. But so far, I'm finna walk around this park some more, give y'all some more of that bad angle that I told y'all not to go after, and I'm gonna see. But I mean, it is beautiful, just packed. So I'm gonna do what I swore I wasn't gonna do, and I'm finna hike it up a hill. But I just think like those palm trees will probably give me a pretty good view, so I'm finna check this view out heading up this hill. So I'm doing something that I said I wasn't gonna do, and that's doing a hill. But I had to get these beautiful palm trees up here. I just want to explore like the, I don't want to say off the beaten path, but this park is packed in congested areas because there are tennis courts behind me. So you all can see that. Full tennis courts. There's a skate park down there. And then as we, glance around, it's more other stuff. Now, this is what is kind of getting me a vibe is that coming up here, I'm about out of breath. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but this seems to be a good spot to shoot. You know why? Because that thing I just told you is that how the sun, you want the sun not to be going into the camera, but hitting it. And then it seems that it's not 800 people in the area because everybody don't want to be out of breath and, you know, climbing up this hill. So this actually might be, I have a friend that's in town. So this might actually be a great idea for tomorrow to maybe come up here, like around the mid part of the day, get a blanket. And this is the kind of stuff that your boy is on. This is like where the vlog can go a little bit further, but I would come up here, all this beautiful view out here, all this out here. I'll get up under these, perch up under these trees, as you all can see. I'm gonna perch right there, sit up under here. Things I would do here is like get me a book, have a little, thing laid out, some fruit, maybe even include a little bit of, some good music and stuff and chill. So this might actually be the move for tomorrow. I may take a chance to just say, hey, we're gonna test parking, and over here the parking's been good so far, but as I'm scouting it, everything seems pretty much a vibe. As y'all can see, that's the 5 o'clock traffic. Over there is the Hollywood, not the Hollywood, what you call it, Inglewood Park Cemetery over there, and then a little bit more in there. But I like the elevation, and this seems, I don't know if this spot is always free, if this is always a low-key chill spot, but for right now it is. And I think what I would do to make the best use is maybe get a video or two done while I got this quiet, this space. And again, all I would have to do, you angle, you have that light hitting on you like this, and it becomes perfect clarity, video. So let me see if I can go ahead and get this ball moving, get a few things shot, but I'm gonna give you all a few more views of the space. I'm out here all of a sudden, I know I'm hungry because I smell somebody grilling and I don't see no grills out here. So it's got to be something coming from somebody's house, or is that a restaurant? Smell some grilled chicken, boy. Yeah, y'all know I'm supposed to be out here shooting videos, but here I'm trying to hunt the scent of some grilled chicken that I smell in the park. But so far, spot seems good. I've only navigated to one spot, so I'm not going to fully be able to go through this whole entire park because I got another engagement. That's real life content. I got something else that I gotta get ready to roll and bounce for around 6:30 or so. But I'm gonna get what I can get done out here and rock out. So while normally I wouldn't shoot at this angle, I had to make my rollout because weirdo shit was happening on top of the hill. This girl was following behind this guy, and he was walking backwards. I ain't got time for crackhead behavior. Time to roll. I'm actually going to walk around though and see the other end. Over here, it seems to be, these are the tennis courts here, which is funny. I was just saying that I needed to get back into tennis. They do lessons, youth and adult, City of Inglewood org, Althea Moses Fitness. Y'all see that? Fitness club. Okay, well, I'll see if the lessons are within budget. Brother Mike can make those things happen. But yeah, had to roll, bro. When I see the weirdo behavior, I don't try to play around and see or anything. I keep like a 360 view when I'm out here in these spaces. So, I'm not saying that this totally cancels this place out, because it is beautiful and it does have its great points, and I have been and was able to get a few shots in, but it does mean that part of the notes is to keep your eyes open, left and right. So it seems out here to be like a bunch of, bike whatever ramp park things, and then it seems to be others that are riding off the bike park. The little trick area, whatever you want to call it, the bike park, and congregating in different corners. So I wouldn't say that this would be, for me, just based on what I've seen here, this wouldn't be a spot that I would be too late in the evening solo, because one, for me, I actually am filming. So it's not, while I have a huge camera rig out here, I do have some sort of rig, and people know and can see that I'm doing something a little differently. And then out here, beautiful, but you just don't know what area you in and who run what and who and how people feel about what. So I just, I look around, I'll kind of see what the vibe is, what the feel is. It's a great park. It's very expansive. So what I think is that if I had had somebody with me, that we could both kind of keep our eyes open, look out, and not really hang out here in this piece too late, and just keep out for the ones that are like really hanging on the off-beaten path. I honestly think everything would be fine. So y'all, I am back in the car. I just seen, for me, I just, when I see too many shady characters at the park, yes, there are kids out here with their families, stuff like that. But as I started to move around, I start seeing, what are y'all doing in this dark corner over here in this beautiful park? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just was like, okay, I got a time constraint anyway. I got to get back to the house. So I was just like, okay, great for, I guess, landscape shots. I would say my preference to shoot here would be with friends. I wouldn't even really trust it. I was even considering, um, I had a friend from out of town, have a close friend that's in from out of town. And I was considering like maybe doing like picnic thing up here, but I think, we'll relegate that to the beach, because, but it's a test out, and that's part of doing content. That's really like the core part of doing a lot of content, is you being able to go to a lot of these spaces, and you got to feel shit out. You literally just got to feel shit out. And, I wasn't feeling it. Too many randos popping up. I think what did it for me was like this cat I'm looking at right now, the 40-something-year-old, mid-40-something-year-old dude with the dirty gray beard, riding on a kid's bike with a bunch of tennis balls, bro. That's red flag. You don't look like you're riding for exercise. Like, you lingering in the park, and you riding and looking around and pausing and all this shit. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. I had my nightstick with me out here, because I don't know if I can do that video, but 101, when you scout locations, make sure you're ready for anything. But I got all kind of stuff in my pocket, man. I could build a boat or take somebody down. You never know with me. But yeah, once I see that lingering and stuff like that, I just think it's weird. You're not out here with any kids or anything. I know people are like, oh, you're just being ultra strict on it. But yeah, the guy on the bike that seemed to be just casing the place. You know what I'm talking about? Like somebody just, you can tell there was somebody riding, hanging out. You ain't doing no damn BMX tricks. You just lingering and looking around. You ain't even riding on the bike path or nothing. You keep riding, pausing, scoping the area out. What are you looking for? Who are you looking for? Which leads me to a thing that I can share about you. At certain places in LA, it's cool during the daytime, but it's a nightmare, terror, danger. Don't have your ass in there at night. There's plenty of places I can go on a day would not dare be at night. And I'm telling you, um, as of now, this park over here probably is not going to be one. And I get it. Parks are public spaces that everybody go to. Now, I might consider doing the tennis lessons out here, but for me, when I start seeing too many weirdos and too much weird shit in the spot, I'm good. Or like I said, I would come out here with a person, and I probably would come out here most so to do the tennis. But I don't think it's like a stationary set up spot. It's I see the parents with their kids. It's a beautiful thing. I see the kids out enjoying it. I see people playing softball and doing all the works. But when I got a butt over here casing the place on a bike, and then the other little weird couple, like I stood up, I was like way off in the middle of trees, and this lady's walking backwards behind the guy, and he's like trying to get away from him. I'm like, Okay, cut it, cause I don't have time for the crackhead behavior. Don't have time for it. Never did have time for it. Not even attempting to have time for it, baby. I learned my lesson is for you get away before shit get too close to you out here in LA. So okay, y'all doing y'all thing. Like I said before, y'all doing y'all thing. Hell, evidently y'all do this before. Guess this is y'all thing. So I don't know what the hell y'all doing, and I don't want to find out. So that's why I said I don't think it would be great for just me stationary shooting where I can just set up and post. It's another park which is like has a lot of hiking. Um, it's good for that in spouts. So you may have I may have a spot for like 20, 30 minutes that I can shoot. And then next thing you know, it's okay. You gotta like shoot and move, shoot and move, shoot and move. That's why a lot of my locations are different because I'm just sharing it to you, giving it to you in real life. I'm not shooting in the studio. I don't have bodyguards or security that secure off an area and look out for me. I shoot, edit, do all things myself, and I don't have no problem with it because I enjoy doing it. But my delivery. That's why I tell people don't hold yourself up to other people's standards too, because based on your circumstances and what you have going on, it may be a lot different than trying to hold yourself up or weigh yourself in the standards of somebody who does have all of that. And then another random side note, I'm wondering, I wish I had me like a big dog at this time, just to roll with me to, you know, I'm not trying to make him no bodyguard. Well, I partially is. He is gonna have to be a security guard, and he will have a security guard vest. But I think it'd be cool, especially out in parks. It's just so much stuff going on, y'all, that it just kind of it really is sort of scary because I was telling myself, am I too paranoid? But when you see the news and stuff, man, you gotta, like one of my boys used to say out here, man, you gotta keep your head on a swivel out here, and it's good to map and mark these places and know what they may be good for, what they may not be good for. Maybe I can get into the tennis lessons over here, start playing tennis, start doing it, and then maybe, in some way or another, some of my content can be out there. I can mic myself up and talk and play and, you know, and do the damn thing. So I'm interested in maybe I am gonna look up a lesson. So it's not all is lost. I will be looking up to have a lesson out here, but I got to go. I'm finna get my behind up out of here, give y'all one last look. I'm finna roll out, get the hell up out of here because next stop is from Inglewood, and now I'm gonna be heading down this road to Long Beach. So this girl, seeing me backing up, walked head on into the back of my car. I see it on the camera. I didn't hit her or nothing. Then I'm trying to get out of this tight space. You walking down the center of a parking space that we're exiting, and she gonna have nerve to look back at me like, "What are you doing, girl? Get out of the way." And some of y'all think y'all got that little curly hair. Man, slide to the side. You walking down the center. I see in LA why so many people get hit because some of y'all, so many people here literally will jaywalk, walk into oncoming traffic. These folks be trying to hang out. I've seen so many people get hit by cars out here. And then folks, the problem is that they sit up and do this stuff and have the nerve as if a car ain't gonna hit you. Now I ain't gonna hit you. I'm gonna be safe because I'm a safe driver. I drive like an old man. I tell everybody I drive like an 80-year-old man, and I'm only 28. But there are those out here in LA that don't care. It's some of these cats out here be bending the corners. You know how they say they bend in the corners in the Hellcat and throw and beat and popped you up on top of one of them trees or one of them buildings or half of you. You got to respect it as a pedestrian. I know pedestrians have the right of way, but pedestrians have the right of way in LA, but also somebody might get the best of you too. They don't care. Folks be driving crazy as hell out here, and it be shocking when I see folks would have normally just sped down that little inner place. I'm trying to coast and be cautious for the pedestrian, and here I got the pedestrian walking directly into a vehicle with lights are on. And on top of that, then when I'm trying to edge around you to show courtesy, although you are walking in the center of a place, and you're not walking on a line or assigned sidewalks that you should be walking on, and have nerve to give me a little look. Crazy. Folks is crazy out here. But lucky you had me coming by. And I hope in time I'm gonna say a prayer for you because there are those in LA that that baby, you would have been hit a 360 by now. That's why when I would have to be out here, anytime I'm out here moving as a pedestrian out in LA, I keep my behind on the sidewalk. I wait till the street is completely clear. I don't wait. I wait till I see all vehicles stop. Damn the, like my great grandmama used to say, damn the light. I mean, damn the light. Watch the car. Because the light can tell we got all kind of stuff in life telling us rules. That don't mean everybody follow them. And that don't mean that everybody finna follow them. Sitting here in the world famous 5 p.m. Los Angeles traffic. I thought me living in Tampa and St. Petersburg, Florida, that 5 p.m. on them bridges getting jammed was hell. No. It's LA. You know, I've been stuck in traffic so long I had to pull over to go get something to eat and take a rest break just to try to get back home. I had to take a break on a rest stop in the same city that I lived in trying to get home. And you all can see it's just literally stop and go, stop and go. You just go up a few more steps and then you move back. And you go a few more steps, then you just stop again. I did hear one suggestion was that if you're gonna be in traffic and sitting and spending so much time in your car in LA, is to learn a new language, a hobby, or educate yourself on something. And that's a lot of what I'm doing, what I do in my car. I'm educating myself, learning something, researching something, motivating myself. I'm not just gonna sit in a car and tap my head away into oblivion. And I guess right now I'm working on getting that TikTok car mount shit so I don't have to keep trying to balance my camera and everything in my car and doing all this stuff when I can just have it propped up and just be talking to y'all like it's nothing. But until then, like I said, a will make a way. Currently what's supposed to be taking me a 10-minute will probably take me 20 minutes, which is luckily I didn't go too far from the house. I should have just stayed around the house seeing all this traffic, but it looks like I won't get caught too hard and heavy on this traffic. And one of my favorite things to do in traffic, which what I just did, is I got through right in just in time on a yellow light, which in turn allowed the traffic to break up a little bit. And basically what it did is it left all of them out and in the back. And this Dumbo, it be cats, because he almost rammed into me. This Dumbo that just riding out and swerving. It's so many cats in South LA cannot drive. They would not accept my law. The mayor here, Karen Bass, wouldn't accept what I said when I said that of all the stupid drivers that we have in our communities, I think once we it's been proven and we've seen instances that they're just a stupid driver, I think we should take their car, take their license, and you have to be able to efficiently learn to ride a horse. And when we see that you working that horse pretty good, we might consider putting you in a car. You do not need to be operating a motor vehicle. And this cat got 2 or 3 damn toothpicks in his mouth, old Bluetooth in his ear from, I don't know, 2002. Like, he a truck driver. I'm talking about the big one with the cushion ear mount. Dude, how are you in a Nissan Altima with a truck driver headset? I have to roast this dude. I'm sorry, y'all. This is, my road rage used to could at times where I would be just going off cussing. Now I just roast these folks. But he need to be put on a horse. You know, we need to update his headset. Like, dude, do you know? And he's riding. The funny thing about it is he's riding in a new car. So I'm still confused at the fact of why he's doing it. Probably drunk. These old cats sitting on porches. Old G sitting on a porch, driving drunk, about then swerved into somebody. He don't care. He ain't got no damn insurance. He don't care about none of that. I could tell he didn't care the way he was driving. You know how you could tell certain people don't give a damn about nothing? It's by the way that they drive. Literally, you can look at see the way they drive, and I'm like, oh man, he got that. I don't give a damn. I ain't got no car insurance swerve. The way he swerved out on me and almost hit me, oh, I ain't got insurance, ain't never had insurance, and ain't gonna get it. And that's them times like where it's gotta be road rage, because them cats hit you, it ain't shit for you to get. Yeah, we gotta get this, hand to hand, buddy. It's about the car, OG. So yeah, I'm like, wow. I was like, I'm gonna put these folks back on horses, man. This traffic, you have to be careful, and especially when you get to riding in the hood, folks can't drive. Folks can't drive everywhere, and I thought Florida had bad drivers, but LA got bad drivers, and the navigating with and through this traffic is interesting too. I may be having people just make decisions like, why did you make that decision? But then at the end, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to figure out why the hell they did it in the first place, too. So I'm partially home to where I need to be after almost getting rammed and going through this 5 p.m. stop and go traffic. And stomach is growling. I'm a little hungry, so we're gonna have to get something on the way. I gotta go down to Long Beach. Um, and here shortly, be down there by 7. Went out here and shot. So now I'm just, like I said, if you're with this LA traffic and you be stuck in your car, you gotta make the most of your time. So whether it's something like I'm gonna start shooting in my car more, or you're learning a language, or you're educating yourself on something on your business, make the best out of your idle time. A lot of people have idle time throughout the day, just time with nothing, or a lot of time when you were filling your day and your time with just BS conversations. Make a little time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And use that time to utilize it. So if you got somewhere where you can be sitting and reading a damn book. You can be sitting and listening to an audio, learning something, educating something that's gonna get you to where you gotta go. But no, I can't just sit there, and you get more discipline too, because you be like, okay, how many bullshit conversations am I having in a day? Okay, I'm having 10. Maybe I can cut it down to 2 or 3 bullshit conversations and use the energy that I had on the other 7 to do something for myself. So that's how I utilize myself in this traffic. I'm totally defensive driver, as I have said multiple times. I drive like an 80-year-old man. I'm driving slow, and to be honest with you, I don't hardly get on the interstate. Damn, I'm hungry, man. Whew. Ain't nothing like being stuck in traffic and hungry. Well, I guess it is like if you was stuck in traffic and had to run to the bathroom, you having to put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby, moment. But dog, when that stomach growling and you just know you stuck in this LA traffic. I'm so hungry, boy. I can't wait to get to wherever the hell I'm gonna get to. I'm thinking about some chicken. I don't know why I've been thinking about chicken all day, and I had chicken yesterday, but I'm my stomach is rumbling for some chicken. And these people drive so crazy out here. I just be sometime when I make it home, I just turn my car off and hold the steering wheel and just kind of express gratitude, because where I be done dodged, and cool demeanor be done saved me so many times out here on these roads. I don't know why it be like I done got out of traffic now, and I'm about to pull up, but I don't know why it be like the last 5 minutes seem like 5 hours when you really trying to get somewhere. And as I've already said, I'm hungry, so I'm like literally minutes away from the house, but it seems like it's taking so damn long. I'm making this turn now where I'm turning in towards the house and other cars are coming. And it seemed like when those other cars are coming, they try to speed up when they see that you trying to make the turn. But if you